morning, Lagos. Good morning, Nigeria. Good morning, world. Because I know you're listening to me or watching me from every and any where in the world. How are you? Good morning. I hope you had a very good night. I hope you rested. I hope the stress is not too much. And I hope that you're drinking water, because they say water is good for life. So do it, because again, the weather is not very friendly. So dehydration is very easy to get stuck in right now. So try. Wherever you are, you can listen to us. You can listen on Radio Garden. Just search for VOP 90.3 FM Lagos and you get it. And in the parts of the world where they don't allow it, you could watch on YouTube. Is VOP 903 FM on YouTube. Follow all the social media handles we have there. And this morning, all things bright and beautiful, all creatures great and small, all made by the Most High. And we pray that we respect each other and respect our lives. Special thank you to Biodun, who is working with me right now. I'm Cordelia Obe, and I'll be joined soon by Rufai Oseni, and Ejiro Umukoro. We'll be looking at the front page stories and other stories that might just catch our fancy. And we're starting off with the Daily Trust newspaper, which has the major headline here that why petrol scarcity persists. And this is according to the marketers. They're telling us why that is persisting. And work resumption disrupted in Lagos, Ogun. Transporters hike fares, which is very normal. And we have a picture of the long queues of people trying to get fuel. Another headline we have here is FG to Nigerians: accept tariff hike or total blackout. Senate kicks. I am kicking too. Why? We'll get to hear some other things said during that sitting that they had, one day sitting. You hear something. We mentioned one earlier. You hear it again. Bandits sacked me from my 10,000 hectares farm. This is according to Bafarawa. And 4 killed as gunmen attack mourners in Enugu State, Enugu community. Very painful. ASP syndicate arrested over abduction of 5 minors. NFF appoints Finidi George as Super Eagles head coach. Finally. Forex deals. CBN stops 4 fintechs from onboarding new customers, and Uni Abuja female student died in accident, according to the family. That one has a full story. You can check it out in Daily Trust. Let's move over now to Vanguard for today, April 30, Tuesday. And their major headline has to do with the fare hike. Travelers, commuters groan as fuel scarcity bites harder. And the riders we have adopted new strategy to end shortage. Miman. It will take a few days to eliminate queues and NPC. Task force raids filling stations in Ilori, warns against hoarding, as Lagos government warns against creating gridlocks on roads. That will be very hard because people are struggling, but I hope they try. And we'll have people queuing. You can see that picture too. Banks expand loan size by 57% to 37.2 trillion naira. We have other headlines above the mast. Illegal forex trading. Court okays EFCC's request to freeze 1,146 bank accounts. $10 billion required annually for 10 years to fix power sector. You have to accept the hike because we want it to look very lucrative. And if it doesn't look lucrative, investors will not agree to invest. That is according to the minister. I'll tell you more about that. I just wanted you to have a feel of that statement. DSTV GoTV rates hike. Tribunal stops multi-choice. If only NTA and Co could do what they need to do, we wouldn't be in this mess. Terrorism financing. Court charged FG over shoddy persecution of Tuko Mamo. NFF appoints Finidi as coach of Super Eagles. 2024 UTME, JAMB releases 1,842,464 candidates results, withholds 64 and 624. All right, withhold 64,624 candidates results, and the number that scored up to 200% was just like Was it even up to 70%? Hey, these children, well, I don't blame them. They stress too much, but they should still try and study well. The Punch newspaper has EFCC probes 1,146 frozen accounts for money laundering. This above the mass. FG begins fresh bid rounds for oil blocks. Hey, Biodun, let us go and bid for one oil block. Our life will change. Customers panic as CBN bans OPay, HomePay, others new accounts. Edo workers hail Obaseki over 70,000 naira minimum wage. Then the major headline, petrol hits 800 naira as 240 million litre vessel arrive. 5 tanker vessels offloading PMS at Lagos Port. Independent marketers sell over 800 naira a litre. Black markets marketers charge 1,200 naira a litre. Motorists groan, commuters lament rising transport fare. Tinubu will end economic sabotage, Shetima tells African leaders. $2.4 billion forex claims fictitious, says CBN. And nurse accuses Lagos hospital of negligence over wife, son's death. Ooh, sad. 1.4 million UTME candidates scored below 200. This is according to UTME. These children need to study more. Wow. Now let's come over to the Nation newspaper. Major headline, money laundering probe. EFCC swoops on 1,146 bank accounts. The rider caught OK's freezing of accounts for unauthorized forex dealings, terror financing. And above the mass, we have pro-EFCC, pro-Yahaya Bello protesters at agency headquarters. Harry received $600,000 for a Mefele ex-CBN director, tells court. And we have the one on Edo State and the increment. Also, Ayedetiwa gets APC certificate of return. And we have also from the Nation, we need $100 billion in 10 years to fix electricity, says minister. No supply, no payment of new rates. Senators seek reversal of tariff hike. Also have the one on petrol and all the queues. Now the one on money laundering, EFCC, the freezing 1,146 bank accounts, and they belong to individuals and companies. And the report has it that the agency claimed it was investigating them for unauthorized dealing in foreign exchange, money laundering, and terrorism financing. And Justice Emeka Nwite issued the order in a ruling on an ex-party motion. But the thing now is, all investigations must be concluded within 90 days. That's what has been ordered. And then the one that the federal government requires about $100 billion at $10 billion per year for next 10 years to fix our ailing power sector. The Minister of Power, Adebayo Adelabu, said this yesterday, and he said that the sector was beset by liquidity challenges, adding that it could only be attractive to investors if there is commercial pricing, and so they can go back on the 225 per kilowatts per hour for band A customers because it has to look attractive. But the Senate Committee on Power is saying no, we can't take it. It's much. All right. Nigerian Tribune has these major ones. Black marketers have field day as petrol sells for 1,000 per litre. It has various riders about that. And FX crisis, EFCC, that story on the freeze on individual and company accounts. They also have that. Labour set to picket airlines over refusal of unionized workers. We have the one on Edo State. And the one on $10 billion yearly. We have virtually all same stories here for, on the front page of the Tribune. And Ganduje says, my suspension plot tied to 2027. Over 30 Easter advert messages failed compliance test. This is according to Arcon. And IMF projects growth in sub-Saharan Africa economy to hit 3.8%. That is, IMF projects growth in sub-Saharan Africa to hit 3.8% as per the economy. Now, we'll be joining Rufai and Ejuro shortly. Once they are ready, we will have them on. Then the one on the minimum wage for Edo State. The governor had explained something. He had broken down dollar versus naira for some years now, and he says that today, 2024, with the 70,000 naira minimum wage at the current exchange rate of 1,257 to a dollar, that workers are taking home about $55, which is less than 50% of what they were earning about a year ago. So he thought the best thing to do would be to increase. If Rufai is there, okay. Good morning, Rufai. Hello. Hey,
hello.
Rufai Fire. How you doing? Hello, can you hear me?
Hello.
I can hear you. Can you hear me? Good morning, guys.
Hello.
Yeah. Can you hear me now? Good morning.
Good morning. I hope you can hear me as well. I can hear you.
I can.
I can hear you, but we can't hear them on the studio.
No, I can't.
Okay, so let's just break it. Let's try and fix that. I wonder, maybe all right, while we're trying to sort that out, techie things there, I'll tell you quickly that the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission, NERC, yesterday increased the price of a single phase meter from 58,661.69 naira to that is kobo, naira and kobo, to 81 plus thousand naira, almost 82,000 naira, and they increased the multiple phase, that is a 3-phase meter, from 109 naira plus to 143 naira, 143,000 naira plus. Everything is just reading thousands and thousands and billions and trillions. So if you need to have your 3 phases, you're getting a new one, even the replacement, just get ready with 143,000 naira plus for that. Now let's see if my guys can hear me now, and we will do this quickly because time is running away with us. All right, let's try again. Good morning. Hello, guys. Okay, let's move on. Is Ejiro there? Is Rufai there? Okay, so I don't know what's going on with the line, but we'll try and do that. And talking about the pro Yahaya and pro EFCC, we have here that in a bold display of unity and determination, Nigerian youths, or some Nigerian newspaper, make it some Nigerian youths from the North Central region, operating under the banner of the North Central Progressive Voice, they converged in Lafia, the capital of Nasarawa, to voice their grievances against what they perceived as an abuse of the rule of law by the EFCC. They're supporting Yahaya Bello that follow the process, do what is right. While you remember that his own king's youth or men had said that, no, leave our son alone. Why do we like doing this?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Very well. So
Good morning.
Yeah, right. Because I had a lot of inconveniences this morning.
All right.
So I have to go straight to it. But what I think is the just that solution I'm going to talk about, and that's part of my encumbrance this morning. Yesterday, when I was making it crystal clear that apparently I don't think we have enough products in town, the NNPC was saying otherwise there's much more challenges. And at this morning, one of the corporations was saying they're bringing over billions and billions of liters in. And the reason why I can see the masters are taking advantage is because they know that there's no product in town. And that's what the masters were complaining yesterday. And this also will relate to a story I was saying about a month ago, precisely on my birthday. In fact, this same month, on my birthday at the end of April, where Reuters was reporting that Nigeria has a equivalent of over 3 billion to be able to pay the major oil marketers around the world that they buy petrol products from. So it speaks volumes, and that's why the NNPC should come out straight to us about what's going on with this subsidy regime. In one breath, the government is saying something. In the other breath, we are not seeing the product. In the other breath, you are still saying that we'll remove subsidy. So what are Nigerians doing? And why is this? Because let us tell them what is happening so that we can get to the root of the matter and be able to bring this product back to people. Take, for instance, lives are being hampered. Today, now, WAEC begins. till about June 24. So that examination counts all over the West African, coast, where over 1.4 million or 1.8 million students are going to write the exam. But you don't have fuel in Nigeria. Look at the difficulty it's going to take for a lot of these people and the students and all of that.
And we expect them to do well.
And you expect them to do well. Look at the psychological torture. On the day where I back, that's when there's no fuel. And you can see the psychological torture as it applies to all of us. And look at all the other parts of society. So these are the problems I think that we have that we should really fix. But the government is busy playing all the games they like to play. Another story I'd like to talk about is frontage of the Guardian. Of the Tuesday paper. When DJ is speaking and saying all of this plus about 2027, and there's no vacancy in Asoro. The truth has to be said, man.
Hello? All right. You said okay. You were saying the truth has to be said. Go ahead.
Mr. Gandhi should focus on his own corruption allegations, which his own son has gone to the corruption bodies to say, hold my papa very well. He should focus on that and stop playing politics. He's saying the NF people who are trying to divide the party, because there's this conspiracy theory that Fonso is trying to come into the fold of the PDP, of the ACC and things like that. It's not about politics. It's about blatant corruption allegations that the court will decide. So let them stop playing politics. And on the sidelines of that, the certificate of return has been given to the candidate of the APC in those states after the primaries, which some people complain that primary elections didn't hold. But the certificate of return has been given. That means the party has ratified it. And so for all the people, the likes of Monisha and Co. that complain, and the likes of the Monique that complain, that the president was fluffed with a lot of irregularities, I think the ship has pretty much sealed that either two of the candidates of the APC and they're going to continue in that line, which is also sad for them. I also want to touch on the case of your article. Yesterday there were some young people that went out there to protest in EFCC, and there was some skirmish. It has not become factional group of young people protesting on behalf of your article. And I'm wondering, is there anything more to this case where a lot of young people, civil society organizations now are being deployed? I saw a civil society organization yesterday trying to defend him by saying, why would they bring the receipts of minors and minors into the case and all of that? So all the minors that have died in Nigeria, the civil society groups did not protest about them.
And they even held a world press conference. Imagine that.
The likes of not to matter, this youngster, they were kidnapped. And I saw.
Okay. Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Rebecca Rosaniel, all of them. Matthias Abdu, that were kidnapped. This civil society group did not protest then. It's not because of your those kids that millions of dollars, close to $1 million, over $1 billion was paid in their school for the next 10 years. When you can hardly have infrastructure like that for the people of Kogi, the poor suffering people of Kogi.
One of them one of them they paid for hasn't even entered preschool. Hasn't even entered.
You can imagine. So all these civil society groups, and that's why we should watch the civil society space.
Yeah.
Because it looks corrupt. Even look at the youth that their life were impoverished under this same administration in Kogi. Now they are not doing the Igbera youth, Igbera versus so youth. They've not turned it into an ethnic debacle. They've not turned it into all sorts of basics. Is that the substantive matter or the matter of and the laws are clear in the country? A man has the right to go and answer his case. You don't even need to be invited. Back check the decision of Criminal Justice Act. And the case was already in court before now. Even before when Yaya Bello went to get this variated judgment, the case was already, he had been charged to court before he went to get this judgment. So let us learn to call it spade in this country. In fact, EFCC even amended the charges also. And at the time Yaya Bello now went to the Kogi High Court to get all of that. And all of those errant judges, I don't know why we can't ask them questions. You can, for further reading, you can go and read the back of this, the middle of this, the lawyer, where he, Onitepo Braithwaite, wrote a very, very good article as regards that case. We must not allow our country
Rufai,
into when you have money, you can get away with anything in this country.
you just said something. You just said something that we should be able to ask our lawyers and so some questions. Don't you think we should also ask fellow journalists questions when somebody calls you for a world press conference and you know this is all rubbish? You still go to cover the so-called we must hear from both sides.
In all fairness, it's all sides of peace for the journalists. I'm not going to ask the journalist. In all fairness, because a journalist is supposed to cover every side.
Every side, I know.
That's your statutory responsibility. You're supposed to give everybody a report, even if you think they are talking otherwise, or in your words, rubbish. You're supposed to give them a report. But what is also important is where journalists now come into play. In analyzing, we should now analyze the truth for the people and tell people what is there, and also be able to point out to people when these lawyers are trying to turn things on their head. And that's why you are giving a variegated argument now by saying that for all these people that all of them are fighting for the rights of their those children, where were they when other children like us, the Safiat Abus of this world were kidnapped? And why did they hold one press conference? So that's the balanced view that the jury is supposed to give and allow give it now.
True.
And for all the youth groups that's about protesting now, where were they where all of this shenanigans was happening? Where were these youth groups when Natasha Putin was being assaulted? Which her only offense was that she tried to run for governor?
When roads were being dug up.
Where were these civil society groups when the rights of a woman like Natasha Putin was violated because she went into politics in Kogi State? Where were all of these civil society groups? You know, like I said before, there are three types of civil society groups. There are the real civil society groups, they are the government-backed civil society group, and they are the general civil society group where it's about the highest price you pay and the highest bidder, and they do your bid. But our country should not be like that. And we should try as much as possible to get rid of all of those things from our society and get better inputs. The definitely case is still ongoing in the court process as we speak, and we're seeing other found that some witnesses gave testimony yesterday. They said some people collected, money from contractors, about $600,000 as unions and bribe and all of that. But when the witness was asked that, how did he know that money was from bribe? He said he thought so because he couldn't, put his finger to the exactitude of how that money was collected. So these are witnesses still speaking, because of information is still going on. These are witnesses of the EFCC. At some point, everybody will get a chance to bring his own witness and we'll see how the case pans out and how the case is going. But I want to give commendations today. In fact, I had to send him a text yesterday to Governor Baseki for taking the plunge to increase minimum wage to 17,000. And he said what he's going to do is going to be costing some encumbrances to be able to account for personnel costs and increase. So his wage bill, I think, will be going to over 5 billion, maybe annually or thereabouts. Part of it is about 80 billion costs. And he's going to put it. And he made a very interesting analysis yesterday, saying that as of last year, when he increased, as of 2 years ago, when the dollar was about 4.15, and increased minimum wage to 40,000. The minimum wage of an average Nigerian was about $96. Today, at 70,000, it's just about $55.
Yeah.
The shocking thing is about 40 years ago, when minimum wage was increased to over 200, about 150 to 200 during the shows at the risk time. The minimum wage was about close to over $100 mark. Today, an average Nigerian worker still suffers $65 minimum wage. What can that buy in this economy? Where today, as of today, to buy basic food, the average Nigerian is already spending 101% of his income to buy basic food. And there are talks that President Trump might not announce this minimum wage because on May 1st, because we're still looking at it. So this is the plight of the average Nigerian worker. And how can we bolster and make the economy better? For me, my argument has always been, in this case of minimum, we should also be careful, when we try as much as possible to ramp up minimum wage, because there's also an inflation component to it. But also we need to be able to do something by putting in, past a welfare, provisions to be able to help them. Could it be schooling? Could it be all of that? I mean, to be able to cut the cost and everything, cost of food to be able to make society a whole lot better. And those are the conversations we should have. And lastly, there's a talk about, the National Security Advisor now saying there's an importance to social media. A government officials will use effectively and all of that. I support him when he talks about misinformation that goes on social media. But how do you counter misinformation? You counter misinformation with truth. But government agencies to our life to stop lying on social media. Because there are many times that they've said things that people have come out to counter them and see how unfruitful they are. I mean, I keep saying the story, and government agencies should not be seen as partisans. I keep saying the story of how I was challenging people to show me my own party card of a political party, and the Federal Ministry of Petroleum Resources was responding to me that I should go away and partisan. So how,
now they don't even see anything wrong with being partisan now because they feel it's all part of it.
So how do you think me will take the Federal Ministry of Petroleum Resources seriously? I will never take them seriously. And most Nigerians that have seen that thing, because I have to attack them and put it out there, will never take them seriously. My last story is about Landmark. Finally, we have demolished over $100 million worth of papers. Yesterday, I had an extensive talk with people around that area. You need to see how jobs are being lost. My heart bleeds. Jobs are being lost. People were just crying on the beach. Most of the infrastructure there have been demolished. The things that make up the beach and make up food traffic. And also, people are arguing and saying, there's no big deal about it. The hotel distance. No. What used to bring a lot of food traffic was the beach and the beach infrastructure they demolished yesterday. The Landmark people were on investor calls all through yesterday because they had to reassure our foreign investors. One breath, we are saying one foreign investors. In another breath, we are demolishing Landmark. Let's make it make sense and let's make this country break.
You know, that was, bless you. You know, that was the part I was taking you to when I say a lot of people do not understand what countries like Senegal, Gambia, Benin Republic, just here, what they are doing with their beaches.
Yeah.
And you see the people just go there to play. Do you know how much that playing is yielding as dividends to the country? Do you know how many people are employed on those beaches? People who grill fish, people who do this, people who do that. The number of and you know, a lot of people have never been to that waterfront to see what's going on there, so they don't even know what we are talking about. How many people have been to the beach front to see what is going on? And I keep asking, what's so special about that coastal road right now? When they say we are needing about 100 billion naira for 10 years, 10 billion every year to repair our power sector. We have problems there, but we're spending trillions on a coastal roads that is taking away livelihood of people, and compensation is going to cause another problem. I'm sure that's going to be another topic we'll be crying over.
Honestly, goodness. God bless you. When the government doesn't care for its people, that's what we see. And it shows Nigerian government doesn't really care about businesses. They care more about the coastal route is sad. God bless you. God bless all of us.
Have a beautiful day. Have a beautiful day.
And you too have a great one.
All right, bless you.
Can you hear me?
My sister, I day here. How you day?
I'm all right. How is it going?
Let me quickly remind you that at 9:30, Ejiro is going to come back. Yesterday, it shocked me. Today, I'm sure she's going to shock me more with her investigative work on cultism in our schools. She'll be back at 9:30. So let's go on. We have about 6 or so minutes to quickly do this bit before we start taking the calls. And I think from tomorrow, Shagun, from tomorrow, it's going to be a little longer. We're going to be up to about 8:30 or 9. I'll get it clear. Till about 8:30 we'll carry on. The show will carry on till then, and we'll extend to that point. We'll do our big story for the day. We'll also tell you things about business you need to know, and that's how the format is going to roll for some time till we get over all the other amendments. Ejiro, take over, make I drink water. This matter not be small.
I know, right? It's so good to be with you here, Cordelia. You're doing a wonderful work, and great job to VOP.
Thank you.
For me, the very significant story I'm going to take is a human angle story, and it has to do with the fact that in Nigeria we have for too long, I've always said it, there is no respect for the average life of a Nigerian in the country. And if you look at that Punch story where the anesthetist, a nurse, is suing a private Lagos hospital for this is just gross negligence, incompetence, and an outright disregard for a human life, and then in this case, 2 human lives, that of the mother and that of the unborn son. And he has a name, Jason. May we not forget that name.
Yeah.
And the fact that the detail of the husband narrating the story is very key. And I believe that the organizations in charge of this matter, right, the agency in charge of this matter that he has reached out to in Lagos State, needs to really tackle this matter head on. They need to make an example of that hospital. The situation in Nigeria where we overlook evil, where we tolerate complacency, incompetence, and mediocrity, and then we put in energy for what is evil. So you don't see Nigerians gang up to say, oh, we need this thing properly done and should be done the right way. What you see Nigerians do is when something evil is happening, we are quite good at ganging up and make evil be perpetuated. So I am going to say this to every night, because I don't take health matters for joke.
That
and
hospital is in Agege now. Is in Agege,
yes,
this
in Agege.
particular one, yes.
Correct. So I sue hospitals, and I don't give an F, if pardon my language, because Nigerians are coming to the point where we've come to normalize evil in this country. We've come to normalize a situation where you cannot do a job. You now have doctors who are leaving hospitals. They are incompetent. They are not properly trained. Go and check out what they do in medical schools. You'll be shocked at the way they sort out to pay for exam certificates so that they can pass to next class and all that. Many of them don't even have experience of practical classes. Now you see somebody who's supposed to be a gynecologist, right? Look at what they put that woman through for hours to the point where her uterus is burst. What level of madness I'm trying not to use stronger words, but what level of incompetence is this where a medical professional does not know their job and they're in that space? So those people should be investigated. It shouldn't be put under the carpet. And I think BOP can really amplify this conversation, invite that man to come on the station to come and talk. We should give people platforms so that they can air their views, because human stories are the things that change society. So that's one on the one hand side.
Thank you for this one, because here it says the doctor in charge, Marcus, prescribed they induced the woman from midnight and said there was no clear indication for a C-section. The woman was in pain, and she enjoyed it for so long, as you said, her uterus ruptured and she bled heavily. And the doctor said didn't see reason for a C-section.
And yet there is no oxygen in that place. So the question is, this is where Nigerians too should begin to take accountability. When you go for antenatal, the fact that you started an antenatal with a particular hospital does not mean you have to end up having your baby in that hospital.
Because I can guarantee from beginning.
Correct. And I can guarantee you that if they were very observant and aware, they would notice that there were things that were missing in that hospital. There were clear signs. It's just that we tend to have a mindset that if I start something, I must finish with that thing. No, there's no rule to that. I am somebody who believes in multiple sources of options. If you check option A, you didn't get what you want, please go to option B. Even if option A has been good to you, there are enough signs that indicates to you that this may not be good. And the fact that the man is even a registered nurse, that is the husband, ought to know the kind of quality standard he should have exposed his wife to. I am not blaming him, but I'm also saying, lesson learned from here. Going forward, Nigerians should really take their personal health as a self-accountability issue. In terms of pharmaceutical, let us understand that people are out there to do business. Even manufacturers, they're out there to do business. Your health and welfare is not primary on their agenda, which is why consumerism and this issue of customers really holding manufacturers and pharmaceuticals and every other people responsible for customer provision of satisfaction should not be taken for granted. We need to raise our level of consumerism very high in this country. Wow. So I quickly go to the next conversation, which is with regards to the headline that has to do with the fact that the federal government is saying they are going to spend extra several billions of naira to revive our electricity in Nigeria. Let me shock Nigerians again. Let us know that between 1999 and 2010, right, the Nigerian government spent over 4.7 trillion on power, and yet the country remained in darkness. We are still producing less than 2,500 megawatts for a country of over 250 million persons. 8 years later, Jonathan and Buhari administration also invested another 1.16 trillion naira into the same sinkhole through capital releases. And yet factories and homes in Nigeria are yet to be provided with constant electricity. And now in this new regime, right? You're telling us that you will now spend another how many trillions?
Let's keep it in dollars.
Come on.
$100 billion for 10 years, 10 billion every year. Meanwhile, the previous one, no accountability.
Correct. So you're asking us to now fund the political party, because that's what it's beginning to look like. You're asking Nigerians to fund the political party through the back door, because it is clear, one, the process in which, and I will fault Jonathan for the process, he began this issue where he made the error of the process of unbundling the discos and the supply chain of electricity to Nigerian spaces. The NGC is such a powerful agency and body that is underutilized. That is the Nigerian gas company. How do you leave the Nigerian gas company, right, where you have a country where, at least in the Niger Delta alone, from Delta State to Rivers, right, to Ondo, if you want to add that, but you have places like Imo, you have Bayelsa. These places alone can power the whole of Nigeria over and again. And the fact that we also supply electricity to other neighboring countries like Cameroon, Benin as well. So you look at that kind of conversation and you ask yourself, how are we in a space like this where our refineries don't work, right? So what I see here is a deliberate sabotage at the leadership level, where they don't want anything to work in Nigeria. Nigeria has come to a point whereby lobbying is the new currency strategy, where people use as a means to siphon money into the coffers of people in political power. This is why Nigerians must understand that being in politics is not so much about we are playing politics. Politics is about decision making. Somebody will sit at the helm of affairs who has been given authority and power to determine your development in your country. If you do not understand that that is what is at stake, then you have a problem when you cannot go out and vote on the day of election, come what may, rain or sunshine, go attacking and everything. Because the democracies you see overseas, it took the lives of millions of people overseas to get the country that they have today, which Nigerians want to jackpot. Those people fought for their country. We must get to a point in Nigeria where we must understand that we must fight.
All right.
A situation where everybody look at each other and say, are you going to fight for Nigeria? Somebody had the audacity to ask me that question yesterday. And like, Lady E, are you going to fight for Nigeria? And I'm like, what do you mean if I'm going to fight for Nigeria? I will die for this country.
Okay.
Because my children
never die yet, because I still need you by 9:30. 9:30 you will see.
But in that sense, you get my meaning. Because we need to love this country enough. We need to love it so much because it has everything for us.
All right, Ijeoma, thank you.
Thank you
very much. Stay alive. 9:30, I need you back here.
No problem. I'll see you then, Cordelia. Take care now.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ijeoma Egwuatu there, and she's giving us our own side of the analysis she has this morning based on the front page and some stories from inside we've taken a look at. And I told you at 9:30 she'll be back and we'll be looking at cultism, not just in our schools, everywhere, and how bad it is. If you missed yesterday's own, please don't miss today's own. So I'll be taking your messages and calls now. 0700 903 903 903 0817-175-6338. That will be the one for WhatsApp. You could also send your messages there too. And as I said earlier on, from tomorrow we're going to be up till 8:30, and so we'll have more time to do the conversation thing and also talk about our big stories. I'll start from YouTube, where your message is here right now. Good morning, Advanced Adam. You said, "Feel not deo." You are asking for you want me to call this name on radio, the names you have for the people in the APC camp, that they should please come and help. Oh, they will help, don't worry. Adetunde, good morning to you too. We are all victims of bad governance and corruption in Nigeria. Until we unite and mobilize to ask questions of and remove bad leadership. Okay, I think you're saying until we unite and mobilize to ask questions of and remove bad leadership. Sufferings, pains, hunger, sickness, death, ethnicity, religion, party membership, etc. will not save Nigerians from bad political rulership, lack of fuel, lack of electricity, poverty, and cost of living. Shegun Ono, you say Ogbeni Rufai Oseni, I did tell you. You say Nakuku Nigeria, not even Nigeria. You believe is unfixable and unworkable. Oh wow. I hope you believe different, because I think we can do better. Good morning, my friend. How are you? Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Turn down the volume on your radio set, then we'll start again. All right, let's start. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
How are you? What's your name?
I'm fine. I'm calling you from the Solo Kingdom.
You're welcome. Go ahead.
Yes, my take this morning is concerning what the Minister of Power tells Nigerians. It is either we accept the new tariff or we prepare for a total blackout. It is very, very pathetic when the government wants an oath to defend, to protect, to preserve the life of Nigerians. It is the same government killing Nigerians, treating Nigerians with their policy, with all kind of something. I remember what Pastor said, that any government who could not fix electricity under six months, that government is not a serious government, and there's nothing they can do about it. Pastor was the Minister of Power and all that for that period, and we are still talking about electricity today. It is very, very unfortunate that we are having these people. We have been saying this right from the beginning, that APC never meant well for Nigeria. They don't have anything to offer Nigeria. They just see, they say they give them a try, they give them this. Another 4 years is going to go down the drain without anything to show for it. Buhari governed this country for 8 years. The only thing we can remember that Buhari did was that he has been a train from Katsina to Niger.
Hello? Okay, we got you. Line off. Good morning. Petrol hits 800 naira per liter now. Wow. For this APC government, everything about them is beep, 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 beep. This group of people just came to torture Nigerians to death. No light, no food to eat, no good roads, no good hospitals, killings everywhere, kidnapping. You've listed all the bad things we're experiencing in the land. Both the government and the citizens' confusion. We are dying slowly on daily basis. Please, whom else shall we run to? Oh God, come down and rescue your children. Biko Martins Duru, aka Mayor from Ikotu Egbe. Good morning. Ooh. Morning.
Good morning, Madam Cordelia.
Morning. How are you?
Fine, man. It's me, Emeka from Edua, please.
All right, go ahead. Welcome.
All right, man. Thank you. I say, Madam Cordelia, if I have opportunity to be a president of Nigeria, do you know what I will fight?
Tell me.
I will fight those that if somebody got something to do with Nigeria from and love got something with you, and some group themselves to come and protest on how they are from that person. You see, it's very, very good. I will make sure not of them escape. Even the identity will be peaceful with them, so that the others will teach the lesson. Somebody will take the taxpayers' money like this, or his children, and your own children are not in the schools. They are all school dropouts. I standing on the street protesting for him.
Nemeka, are you using speaker? Hello, Nemeka, are you talking to me? Are you talking through the speaker?
No, it's echo for the house where I am, please.
Hey, well, I'm going to finish.
All right, then what I'm saying, my dear, please, to be careful. How can you be protesting for somebody? Somebody that will waste Nigeria taxpayers' money, pay for his children for in advance 10 years, somebody who will never do himself. And you are protesting for him. Are you out of your mind?
Question. When you want to call, say tomorrow or thereafter, please just step out to the balcony because the echo is quite much from the location you called from. Good morning, madam. The purpose of any government of any country is to take care of its citizens' welfare, protect the life and properties of its citizens. Why is Nigerian government different? We have government in Nigeria that increase pain of the people with its policies. We have government that is insensitive to the plight of its people. You went on and on about that, and you said, Mr. President, repair our refinery to solve the problem of fuel scarcity once and for all. Give us light, give us water. But the government chose to construct coastal roads from Lagos to Calabar that may be abandoned after the money have been looted. God have mercy on the innocent people in our country, Nigeria. Benjamin from Shogunle, I feel you. I feel you. Good morning.
Good morning, Madam Cordelia.
Good morning. How are you?
Fine, I thank my God. My name is Undiluted Broadman. Pepe Demo, not you.
Pepe,
I'm
Petro
calling from
de Pepe.
Market.
I sure say Petro de Pepe you too. Maybe you will change this your nickname. It may just be part of our problems. Eh?
No, you not gonna understand that and leave him.
Don't worry,
it's not our problem. We know our problem. Okay. What I'm saying is our government, I don't know where they are taking us to. What do I say about petrol? Now, petrol is 1,500. Madam Cordelia, could you believe there's one funny thing that happened to me yesterday? When I was going to market, I didn't see fuel. I was looking for a liter. Those ones that are selling black market, I was looking for them. I didn't see. When I saw this bottle, the pusa, I thought that is fuel. I don't know that is Yabo. I went to ask them how much are they selling it. They say it's not fuel. So even black market, they. So let our government look our face. I don't know where the FPC is taking us to. This one is going higher. Okay, they are busy doing a coastal road, 4 billion naira per kilo. They are busy doing it. Times it. Times how many kilometers? And they are busy doing it fast. And we are busy suffering. We are suffering here. No food, no fuel, no electricity. Now, I saw where they write in Arise News that senators condemns of electricity tariff high. So what are they doing? They are just telling us. They are putting it there. They are just telling us. Let them remove it immediately. That is how they do things. Right. The way they do on the fuel subsidy, let them do it in other things. Thank you, and God bless us all.
Thank you, and have a beautiful day. Good morning. Hello. Okay, it dropped there. You can call back. The hardship in the country now is really terrible. This government looks confused and like people that don't know what to do. From the inception of this government, it has been marred by cries and woes on the masses. For crying out loud, the increases in fuel and power are compounding the problem the masses are facing. I urge our government to wake up before it's too late. So sad and bad. From His Royal Highness BC Woko in Oshodi. Good morning. Turn down the volume on your radio set and then we can talk. Good morning.
Good morning, Madam Cordelia.
Morning. How are you?
Fine, thank you, ma'am. My name is Peter Usifo. I'm calling from Abanga in Ikosu.
You're welcome. Go ahead.
Thank you. I want to talk on Emefiele's case. The last time they went to court, his lawyers were talking about jurisdiction. To me, I believe that this Emefiele's case is being sensationalized and being subjected to media trial as such. So I'm appealing that, because he said that justice delayed is justice denied. To me, we are the masses. So this case is for the masses. Justice should not be delayed for us. If Emefiele is actually free, they should set him free as soon as possible, so as not to distract the attention of the people from what is happening. You understand? But if he's actually, guilty as charged, he should be in prison as soon as possible, so that we remove our mind from his own case. Justice delayed is justice denied. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm going to take the next 2 minutes or so to read some messages. Good morning to you too. Beautiful Tuesday, you said. Yep. NFF appoints Finidi as a head coach, but we would prefer Munike and Siasia, but we wish him all the best. Petrol sells for 1,000 naira per liter in an oil-producing nation. Africa is blessed by the Most High God, but cursed in leadership or all these issues which we are currently facing cannot happen in the Western world. Does that mean that we can't manage our resources as a result of bad leadership? Mr. Yahya Bello should face his warrant. He should be given lifetime imprisonment. Please let them release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Prince Ayotek from Arena Market. I got yours here too. Kesi Onwaha from Ojo Alaba. You're saying, I wish you good morning too. You say, I have said it and I will still say it again. Nigeria will keep running around. Nigeria will never work. It will work since a normal person can be Nigerian president. Nigeria will work. Case you know they write this kind of message during the send to me. What will be that? Nigeria will work. You want us to die? What's that? How many enablers are here in Nigeria who will, after if elections held today, put the oppressors back to governance? No be juju be that. All this Yoruba, I cannot read them. Okay. Ola Dewale, I got your message, but you know I don't read Yoruba. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
How are you?
I'm fine, and how are you too?
I'm very well, thank you. Your name?
Yeah, Peter Monte is my name from Shomolu.
Welcome, Peter. Go ahead.
I say it is no longer news that Nigerians have so much crude oil in the land, and up till now, we are still suffering for fuel. No single refinery in Nigeria is working. Democracy made about 4 functional refineries, and today none is working. The democratic government that people clamored for. You see, when my sister there was talking about standing or fighting for Nigeria, not physical fight. She said, I fought for June 12th. If you know Ijeoma Egwuatu Palm Grove, there were days we were running for the army. They were spraying us hot water, shooting live bullets. If you see me one day, I'll show you a mark on my leg that I fell into a gutter at Palm Grove. Because we're running to do what? You made election, somebody won, MK Abiola won election, and you don't want him to rule. That is what we're fighting for. Injustice. And we got it. Today, the democracy that we got through MK Abiola, those who told us that they joined us to fight it, they are bastardizing it today, destroying it. How can Nigeria get so much oil, so much mineral resources, and Nigerians are suffering this way? I want to ask a question. If we believe in the Bible that when the wicked is in authority, the people suffer. Now what can we say? So we have the wicked in authority who make what God has given us to be like a curse, or whether they are a curse to us. I don't understand. How do we fight and get Nigeria back so that Nigerians can go ahead with their lives and live their life? This is very, very pathetic and very, very disappointing. Who did this to us? I don't understand.
Thank you very much, Peter, for your comments. I'll read the last couple of messages. I'll be wrapping up for today. Tomorrow is going to continue till about 8:30. You took a call already. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, Madam Speaker, good morning.
Good morning, Remy, without the Martins.
That's your boy. That's your boy.
Welcome.
You see, thanks for a fantastic job. You see, well, maybe those of you who have been around since back in the days, we understand why the past of Nigeria is always better than its present, which is a contradiction to that scripture that said the glory of the latter shall be greater than the beginning. Nigeria is working against that order. Please, let me tell you, the hardship you go through today is not worth it. If any idiot tells you you have to sacrifice because of one senseless tomorrow that is not in sight, it's absolute gibberish, bogus. However, I want to ask religious leader, many of these politicians in power are in your church, they are in your mosque. Tell them how grief God feels about the hardship they subject people to. Look, we black people, a lot of people will blame the West. They say colonialism. The evil we do to ourselves is absolutely ridiculous. You religious leader, religion is not about heaven. You have to make sure heaven begin right there on the streets. Warn your members how God will destroy them if they do not do the right thing. Thank you.
Thank you, Remy. Have a beautiful day. I'll read the last messages. No more calls. Any other call will be from 9:30. Good morning, sister. Please, how long do we continue to be reading newspaper? Everybody knows the problem at hand and will take it as normal thing. Nigerian youths, elders and women should come out. You're asking them to do something as our politicians are keeping quiet as if everything is working normally. I feel you, my brother. Ambassador TV, you said good morning. What is our problem now? Sunday Eduno, you say we did go out to vote in 2023, but INEC and the judiciary rubbished our efforts. What else do we do again? Question. Temilade Alamodun, Nigerians, including the elites, need to change a change of mindsets before we can begin to see changes. There is work to do in Nigeria. Thank you all very much for your messages, for your call, and that last message is the key for today. There is work to do in Nigeria, and I am hoping that we all can work to make Nigeria work. Adigbo, the way you stand there.
Otutuoma, I'm not happy, Cordelia. I'm not happy.
So don't say Otutuoma now.
Otutuoma, I'm not happy. I'm not happy this morning, seriously. If you see what I suffered this morning to get to the office, it was not funny.
You try, Kabi?
Serious. I told you yesterday now. That was what I applied. If not that I applied my Legady's Benz.
You carry water?
I carry water now. There was no vehicle. And a lot of people were on the bus stop looking for vehicle.
You wear sneakers?
The sneakers are where I go, where should this kind of period. It's unfortunate, seriously. It's unfortunate.
The music we're supposed to play now begins like this. Oh, you know the song, girl?
I know, but I don't want to sing that. I'm not in the mood.
Then they didn't mood to sing
I'm not in the mood.
Because this Uwa we are living in Nigeria. You remember that guy who said, food, they be what the time they sang that song?
He get one man for my Naibo man. He get one song where he sing. He say, Pump udina man na moma pera monko. Nani nwere kerosene manye nwego. Say pump dey for my father house, but I don't get water to drink.
You see?
We get oil, but the oil we know the see am.
There is this one that Alexo sang that time. He said, Amutakwe can something that in the song he said, whether suffering they look us of it, something. Maybe one day I'll bring the song for you people.
It's not funny, seriously.
Make I cry?
No cry, no cry. No be cry, you go serve am.
Thank you. All right, guys, have a very beautiful day. As a step aside, I'll see you later at 9:30 with Ejiro Umukoro, who will be joining us. I'm Cordelia Obe. Take care.